While the simple things we do on a daily basis goes on to become a routine, and this routine turns into habits, these habits become our character, and this character will determine whether you're going to be successful or not. In today's video, we are discussing 10 habits of highly successful people. Some of these may seem very boring. You've heard it a lot. But the reason why we are not doing it is because we have not been able to convince ourselves of the importance and the relevance of it, whether it is truly having an impact on us. So I'll be attempting in this video to take you through a different perspective of what you've heard before, like waking up early, setting clear goals. But no, we are going to dive deeper into why. When you understand the why, it makes it easy for you to go ahead to do it. So let's start with the first one. Hear me out. You've heard it. It's boring, but successful people wake up early. Start waking up early. Waking up early is not a way of showing other people that listen are more successful than you. It is for your own self. It is a way of conquering yourself, your desires, and preparing yourself for something greater for the day. The days are long, but the hours and the minutes are short. You might think you have enough time. 24 hours is quite a short time for humans, and it's also a great amount of time for most of us. But you capturing every little moment of this 24 hours is really relevant. Did you really need that extra 1 hour when you could have slept earlier and waking up earlier? So we are not trying to deprive ourselves of sleep. Let me make this point clear. Sleep is very important, but it is important that then you go to bed earlier rather than spending more hours on your phone. Then you wake up early. Waking up early, that is waking up before or with the sun, provides you with an intrinsic motivation and a reward system that you have first won the greatest battle of the day by winning against your own will and winning against your own false desire of still remaining in the blanket or in your good bed. Now, waking up early is a concept that actually I learned back home in Ghana because my mom was waking up at 4 and my dad as well at 4 a.m. The idea is, listen, because my mom sells food and she sells to the public and she had to wake up early and to get the food ready. I could hardly believe that someone can be able to wake up at 4, because for me as a kid at that time, it was quite tough to see yourself waking up at that time. But it taught me quite a lot of lessons because she was able to carry on with that amount of energy and with that amount of energy of sleep. Then when I went to high school, we were waking up at 5. So the siren goes off and then you go to prepare, you bath. We didn't have hot water, so we were bathing with cold water. All these programming was preparing us for something greater. Like you're winning against all your desires. You just left your cozy bed, you had your own blanket, you took it off, you're taking a cold shower. So it's preparing you for something great. So even if you've never had any better reason why you should wake up earlier, now today you have a reason. It's a way of winning against yourself, against your will, against your laziness, and against that desire to say, let me just sleep one more time. But it programs you to be stronger and to be above your own will, above your own will of not listening to what the flesh is telling you, but to do something beyond and to bring something out great. So that is why it is important to wake up early. I guess now you get it. So how can we do this? First of all, let's start this way. Let's say you're a person who wake up at 10 a.m. in the morning. That's so bad, but we can bring it down a little bit. So let's say maybe you can pull it up to 8. You can pull it up to 7. With time, you realize that it becomes easy. It's a habit we're going to be building. There will come a time in your life that waking up at 5 becomes a habit, that even if you wake up at 7, that is a big problem for you. So listen, it's all about how you want to go about it. I don't know the job you're doing or whatever. So there is no standard for that. And there is no clarified something like, okay, anyone who wakes up at 2 is going to be unsuccessful. No, try to understand what I'm saying. I know you're smart enough to understand what I'm trying to say. So that is it. The first one. Habit number 2, successful people set clear goals. They don't just mention things. They don't just wish for things, and they don't just hope for things. Rather, they set SMART goals. Now, the SMART goal is a very great concept, which is S for specific. You're going to set a very specific goal. The goal is going to be very specific. What exactly do you want to achieve? You're going to set a measurable goal. The goal should be measured, because whatever is not measured, it's not real. It means that you were just pulling it out of somewhere. No, you should be able to measure it so you know, did you actually achieve this goal or not? Then the goal should be achievable. It's something that is realistic. That is, you cannot just come out with just an idea. It has to be what? Achievable. Then you have the goal must be relevant. It must be important. The goal must be a relevant goal, not just any goal of unnecessary goal. Because some people you can achieve something, but it's like, yeah, what was the need for that? The goal should be relevant. And then the last one is time bound. The goal you're trying to achieve should be something which is kept within a time frame. You cannot just say, okay, I want to be successful, I want to be rich. Everybody wants to be rich, but maybe you want to be rich in the next 50 years. And maybe let's say you are 50 years already. So it's like, no, the goal should be time bound. There is a time zone for being rich. So let me give you a very specific example of setting a very smart goal, which I did. I said, I am going to gain 100,000 followers on Instagram account in the next 3 months by posting 3 times a day and engaging with my audience until I'm able to start gaining 10,000 views, which will bring me at least 100 followers every day before the 3 month period ends. Now, so this goal is very specific. It is time bound. It's specific because I want 100,000 followers. It is measurable because I can know, yes, now I have zero, I have 100,000 followers. It is achievable. Yes, you can get 100,000 followers. People have millions and millions of followers. It's achievable. It's something that is there. Relevant. Is it relevant? Yes, it's relevant for my brand. I need this. I need to have followers so I can be able to be in front of them and share my message. And time bound, I gave it 3 months. So what is your goal? You also need to set a smart goal. So if you found this example great, you can also go ahead and comment down below an example of your smart goal. Make it specific. Believe it, and it's going to happen if you work on it. The third habit, also very boring, but yes, they read every day. Successful people read every day. Now, I know you've heard this a lot and you're asking yourself, so yeah, what is it? So because they read a lot, so I go and I read. Listen, many people have also become very lazy by saying they are reading and never taking action. So listen, you're going to be reading on things which are relevant to your personal development and your business development as well. If you are in a business and you're not reading, it means that you're going to be going bankrupt or you're going to be kicked out of the market. So you got to read, you got to learn. When we say read, it's not just about buying the physical books and reading. And it also does not mean you're going to be reading the entire book. I think the reason why we have not adapted to reading or added this to our habits is because it sounds very boring and it sounds very intimidating, because thinking about the fact that you're going to be reading about 10 pages every day, that is tough. But reading something which is not interesting to you will make it a hard work. But if you read something interesting and something you are genuinely interested about to know, it will make it fun. So now today you have to find something which is fun for you. Let's say you are starting an online business and you just want to learn online business, you want to learn new skills. You are in the video editing phase. You are learning how to edit videos. Maybe you can watch a 1 hour video of somebody editing videos and you are learning from them. This is a way of reading. This is a way of absorbing knowledge. So the word reading was actually because that was one of the means of way that we used to get information. But now it can be listening through podcasts. It could be talking with ChatGPT. It could be with AI and stuff like that, summarizing a huge article of 50 pages all into one page. So you just read it. So yeah, think about it this way. Start inculcating the habit of reading into yourself, and it's great to do that. So listen, find something which is interesting to you. If something is boring, close that book. Don't worry yourself. Find things that are in line with what you want to do and makes it interesting, that is going to develop you and propel you in a great place. Okay, so with this, you can be able to what? Master the habit of reading. The fourth habit is the exercise regularly. Exercise is one of the greatest things. It could be as simple as walking, jogging, using your own room as a place of exercise, because not all the time that you might have the energy to go to the gym. But if you're able to do that, great. If you're able to lift weight, perfect. But at least even if you cannot do that, you can be able to carry out your 10,000 steps per day, that walking all the time. And then actually, rather than using one bus station to the next, maybe your house is like maybe 2 stops, you can simply walk to that place. So this was a habit that we gained back in Ghana and all those places. But with time, especially when we are becoming lazy, maybe you can drop your car somewhere and then take a walk somewhere, get the steps in. Regular exercise is actually going to help your brain function, and it's really very helpful for you to stay alert. So that is one thing that successful people do. Of course, people take it to the next level by going to the gym at least 5 times a week. If you can do that, perfect. Even if you cannot, walking is also an option, right? Let's go. The fifth habit is they exercise discipline. Discipline is what is going to keep you going when motivation has left you. Being disciplined and sticking to one thing is the same as like being consistent. So, discipline and consistency are things I would like to talk about. Like being disciplined with one thing. You said, I'm going to be creating one video every week. Now, you're not going to be dependent on your motivation for that again. You're going to depend on your discipline, that the fact that you said it, you are going to do it. Successful people do not depend on their motivation and how they feel. They depend on the discipline. My mom was disciplined that she had to wake up at 4 to prepare the food because the whole community depended on her food. And the food she prepared was called wachi. Now, the most important thing is when you have the discipline to keep on going, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what the day is, regardless of what the weather is, then you are guaranteed to be successful. So I think many people are actually going to give you opportunities when they realize that you are highly disciplined. They look at it, they see it, they sense it in the way that you are, how timely you are. When someone invites you for a meeting, what time are you coming to the meeting? Discipline will either make you or break you. But the people who use it right and staying disciplined have always made it right, being disciplined. Habit number 6 is they surround themselves with positive people. When I talk about positive people, I'm not saying just successful people. I'm talking about positive people. People will see the positive in things. People will believe. Because if you are surrounded with negative people, think about this. You tell them a business idea. What are they going to tell you? Well, I don't think it's possible. Negative. How is that going to affect you? Really going to affect you. So listen, it is for your own good, for your own future, for your own success, and for your own dreams that you have to cut some people off your life. Or even if you keep them in your life, they shouldn't be around you or they shouldn't be in the same room or circle with you. Successful people surround themselves with positive people. There are some people I've come across in my life, super positive, that you spend a time with them. You just want to jump home, like you're going to be hopping around back to your house and open your laptop and you just want to work. And there are some people you spend time with them. One of my friends, we call them energy vampires. You spend time with them and you are drained. You just want to go home and take a nap. Can you imagine if you're doing this about 2 or 3 times in your week? Look at how it's going to affect you. And if you have a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend who is negative, I'm sorry for you. Most of your dreams cannot be achieved. So successful people, when you look at them and you look at their partners, is because their partners are positive and they bring a very positive impact and energy into their lives. So the question is, who are the people you are surrounding yourself with? If you really want to be successful, you got to start checking your circle, eliminate the negative people, and start surrounding yourself with positive people. Habit number 7, they take risk. Successful people are the ones to be on the front line. They are the ones to be on the battleground, fighting and taking risk. Calculated risk after they have known everything that they need to know that is in their control. But still knowing that there are chances that they are going to fail, but they take the chance. There is a massive difference between successful people who are taking risk and overthinkers who overthink the process and they quit. Overthinkers are able to also look at a situation, analyze it, and know what is positive, what is negative. And because they do not have the guts, the gumption, and then the grit, they don't go for it. They look at it, they calculate it, they justify it to themselves, and they quit, thinking it was a great decision. But rather, it was their lack of ability to take a risk. That is why they didn't take it. So sometimes it is important that you take the risk. Everything in life is a risk. Going to talk to that girl, going to talk to that person and asking them out is a risk. You don't know. But most people tell us, what could be the worst that will happen? Is she going to bite you? Well, that's a crazy thing to say. But yes, it's true. What is the worst that's going to happen? Go speak to that girl, ask her number, ask her out, start that business, create that video, post that video, just do it. Taking risk is what is going to separate you from the other people who are not going to take the risk. It's better to take the risk than to live with regret. Think about it. The fact that you took the risk and you got to know that, yeah, it did not happen. You're going home with a cool heart and you have no regrets. But if you don't take the risk, you're going to live with that in your mind, thinking that it could have happened. Think about this example for a second. Because we are guys, I'm going to talk about guys. You are a guy, you see a lady, she's beautiful. You guys were looking at each other for quite a while, and you didn't gather the courage to go and speak to her. Now you're going home thinking, oh God, I missed this opportunity. This lady was beautiful. She was looking at me and I was looking at her. Maybe it was different. Maybe she has a boyfriend. Maybe she's married. You will never know. You will never know. So you are beating yourself up because of things that you are not sure of. But what if you go and you say, hi, I think you're really beautiful and I just wanted to say hi. And I'll never forgive myself if I never said hi. Or simple, hi, I would really love to know you. Is that fine with you? As simple as that. There is nowhere you're going to be trying to learn some pickup lines on stuff like that. Be yourself, take the risk. Whatever happens, you're willing to take the risk. Perfect. Start that business. Go ahead and start that business. Talk to that person. Take the risk. Habit number 8, they learn from their failure. Successful people use failure as their greatest lesson that a book, a movie, a magazine can never teach them. Learning the lessons from other people is a smart thing to do. It's a wise thing to do, that you look at the lives of people, read books and learn their problems. But when you learn from your failure, it provides you a profound lesson that nobody else could have beat into your mind. Because sometimes we humans, we act very stupid, and the only way we learn our lesson is by big and massive failures, when we realize what happened to us. A kid trying to play with fire would never listen to what the mother is saying until they actually touch it and they know how it feels. Next time when they see fire, they are running far away from it. So successful people are so smart that they learn from their failures and they use this into their next endeavor, and they are successful. It is not luck, it is being smart and learning from their failure. So today, what are the things that you've gone through? If you go through something, if you go through something in your life and you do not sit to analyze, to really take a look at what happened in that situation, then it's like what you went through was for nothing. But if you go through something in your life and it's you made a loss, you failed, the girl rejected you, you got to learn something from it. And once you've learned something from it, perfect. You've learned the lesson, you've learned from your failure, and it's time to move on. There is no way you're going to feel regret for that, because you learned something. You've gained a lesson. It's the same as reading a book. So listen, go out there, do something. Fail rather than sitting in a room and reading. Reading will never teach you anything. It will teach you something, but it will not teach you something that will stick until you have done it and realize it and taken out the regret from it. Then you learn from that. So today, learn from your failures if you want to be successful. Lesson number 9, they practice gratitude. Successful people are one of the most appreciative and grateful people you would ever meet. Regardless of the fact that they've worked so hard, they've been successful in many things, they also have it at the back of their minds that somehow, some way, they've been blessed, they've been lucky, and this wouldn't have happened without the people around them, without the God that they believe, without the things around them. You know, the most people who fail are actually people who believe that they did it themselves. They think I came here by myself. Why? Because they are very shallow in thinking that life is like they are lucky, they are smarter. Not knowing that actually that is a confidence bias and a confirmation bias, because you tried something the first time, the second time, and it just went in and you won. Listen, it's not as easy for everybody out there. Many people are also putting the same effort that you're putting in, but they are not winning. What do you want to tell them? Do you think you are smarter than them? So it is one thing to know that you have actually put in the work. I work really hard, like 24/7. My eyes can go red sometimes. But listen, regardless of all this, I try to stay grateful and believe that sometimes even when I gain the success, I'm like, wow, how, why, how did it happen? And you stay grateful, stay humble, stay grateful, be appreciative of the people in your life. You are not doing it alone. The people who talk to you when you were down, when you were feeling like shit, the people who called you, your parents who brought you to this life, be grateful to them. They have helped you come out this way. So successful people don't hold grudges. They are most of the time grateful, and they exercise gratitude. And the more grateful you are for the little you have, the more you will gain. Lesson number 10, They keep learning and they keep adapting. Successful people never stop learning and they never stop adapting to changing situations. The reason why many people are kicked out of the market, that many people cannot adapt to new situations in life, is because of their failure to be flexible to the changing environment they find themselves in. Successful people are able to do this very well. They are ready for everything. Like the advent of the AI, automations and stuff, highly successful people are already retracking themselves and they are changing their path to be able to what? To stay in the game. So today, these are the 10 habits that successful people are doing. I know I wanted to take this video from a different perspective, and I really hope that you found this helpful. Which habits are you currently working on right now? Comment down in the comment section, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you are not subscribed yet, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have any question, you can write down in the comment section and I'll be gladly responding to them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Gamaliel Next, peace. Bye-bye. Let's go.